Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Zanele. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Press the subscribe button below and remember to press the notification button so you'll get notified every time I upload new content. So if you haven't seen the videos on this channel, I usually post about the Government Certificate of Competency, the GCC, PREng, the engineering sector and engineering fields. I post about skills development, career advancement and development. So if you are looking to advance in your career, even if you're not in the engineering field, do subscribe. Also, feel free to share any of this content or share my link with anyone whom you feel may find it useful. So it's exam season. Either you've just written your GCC exam, or you've got one coming up, or you're still undecided on whether to write now if you're not feeling ready, or to write at the end of the year in November, depending on when you're seeing this video. This video is for you. Someone asked me, so what are the different strategies for writing the GCC exam and how did you do it? And I'll tell you this, it all depends on your capability and your capacity at that time. You might find that someone might feel extremely prepared, but come the time of the exam sitting, they feel that they can only manage to get one through and then postpone to write the other one later. There are actually three things that you could more or less do, right? So the first one is write both exams at the same time. So whether you get your acceptance letter in time for your June exams, then you write both plant and legal both in June, or you write both your plant and legal later at the end of the year in November. But this is one approach where you write both exams and sit in on them in the same period. Some individuals have done this and some have actually passed first time round. We all know the pass rates for the GCC aren't significant, so it is very challenging to get the minimum pass mark. But if you're geared up, if you've been preparing for years, if you're really applying yourself practically and you feel ready, this is one approach in hitting both birds with one stone in the same period and getting your GCC. The second option is to write one at a time. So you've got a couple of months interval between the sitting. So the exams are written halfway through the year around June and towards the end of the year around November time. So some individuals do choose to write one exam in June and then write the other in November. Others tend to want to get the law exam out of the way and write that one first. So this is your Occupational Health and Safety Act and also the regulations, and they want, all the theory, get it out of the way, and then leave the practicals for later. Others actually do it the other way around. Because they've taken first principles, they've taken some of the problems that they apply in the workplace, they work with HVAC systems, with pressure vessels, they work with different types of SANS codes and requirements, and they're feeling amped and ready, they tend to write their practical exams first. It all depends on what you're naturally comfortable with. At the end of the day, it will depend on how ready you're feeling and if you're feeling comfortable with the content. Just to say, there's no way of being 100% sure of what will be asked in the exams. And I guess there's a very big element of how much effort and work you've put in, how much you've tested yourself, how much you've, spent time in study groups and really challenging yourself so that you've got the confidence to go sit in on the exams. The other way that I've seen people, peers, colleagues, some of the subscribers on the channel, how they've written the exams, is after getting the acceptance letter, not rushing to then go into the first sitting. So you guys will know that once you get your acceptance letter to sit in the exam, you are given 3 years to pass both exams. So some individuals may find that they want to take the entire year, really focus on the theory, focus on the practicals, and then the following year, even in the last year, sit in on the exams and write then. So whether you're looking for your accreditation to come from the Department of Labor, so this is for your factories qualification, or from the Department of Mineral Resources for your mines, the approach would be more or less the same. The one special tip that I'll give to you, which I have shared in previous videos, and this is something that I felt worked for me, is taking any piece of theory or legislation, any of the regulations, and then applying it in the workplace. So in your factory, in your manufacturing space, with your pressure vessels, take the relevant regulation and test or audit and see if you're compliant. Because if you've got a pressure vessel and all the requirements are met according to the regulations, it'll be easier for you to remember the requirements because it's the boiler that you work with every single day. Similarly with the practicals, whether it is HVAC systems, thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, or if it's SANS codes, The more you can take it back to your day-to-day, work on problems in the plant, take it back to first principles, the easier it will be to remember, even back in your exam. Because when the pressure's mounting, time is limited, and there are questions that are popping up that you probably haven't even prepared for, digging deep into your experience is usually what gets you through. This is why it's so important for anyone who's accepted to sit in and write the GCC, has got a certain number of experience, because this is the individual who's not only testing to see how much they can cram and pass an exam, but whether they'll be a competent person to look after machinery and equipment and make sure that people are safe. If you haven't written your exam yet, good luck. If you have, please share what strategies you followed in the comments below, what worked for you and what didn't, so that the next person who comes across this video who's looking for this information can learn from your experience as well. Remember, if you know anybody who might find this content useful, please share the link, pass it on to them, and let's see how we can create a ripple effect of information sharing. Remember to live your best life, learn as you grow, and lead for change. Sharp.